Don't believe what they're saying. Great food deals are everywhere in Vegas. But many so-called deals are for substandard food. Well, as my father used to say, if it ain't good, it ain't a deal. So with that in mind, today we're going to uncover some truly great bargains, where the food is first rate. Welcome to Let's Eat Vegas, your guide to the good, the bad, and the delicious. Stay tuned until the end. We've got some fantastic discounts exclusively for you, our viewers, and you don't want to miss them. Okay, let's get started. Some places are so well hidden, it's like discovering a buried treasure. The Tavern Bar and Grill is just such a place. Tucked behind a convenience store off Rainbow and Charleston, it sits quietly in the back of a parking lot, almost daring you to find it. But once you do, you'll be thanking us. Everything here is homemade and delicious. Some of the best corn dogs I've ever eaten, and the French toast is not to be missed. Rivals the best breakfast spots in the city. Inside, it's like stepping onto the set of Cheers. Cozy booths, friendly regulars, and Max, the owner, one of the nicest people you ever meet, making everyone feel welcome. You'll instantly feel part of the crew. Love this place so much. You could catch us here probably once a week. Yeah, that's plural. 2 big, beautiful meatballs. For under $4, you get a plate piled with perfectly cooked spaghetti, rich tomato sauce that tastes like it simmered all day, and those meatballs. Tender, flavorful, and the real deal. At this price, it's not just dinner, it's a Vegas jackpot. 3 soft, generously filled tacos with juicy, perfectly seasoned chicken carnitas, fresh homemade salsa, and a cold Modelo on tap. All for $3. The only rule? You have to eat them here. No takeout on this deal. But trust me, there's no way you'd ever wait to get home to eat these anyway. So, if you're hunting for a spot where the food's great, the drinks are cold, the neighborhood charm abounds, with a welcome warmer than the Nevada sun, and of course, where the prices are amazingly low, well, you just found it at the Tavern. For decades, Siena Italian Trattoria has been wowing locals and visitors alike with its authentic Italian cuisine. Ask any Vegas local where they go to satisfy their Italian cravings, and 9 times out of 10, they'll point you straight to Siena. The prices are already more than reasonable, especially for food of this exceptional quality. But it gets even better. Siena offers one of the best happy hours in town. It runs every day, weekdays from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m., and weekends from 3 to 9 p.m. But don't expect substandard greasy bar bites during happy hour. This is top-notch Italian, all made from scratch and served with love. These aren't just jumbo in size, they're jumbo in flavor as well. Each sweet, tender shrimp is then generously stuffed with a rich mix of lump crab, scallops, and lobster, all perfectly seasoned. A hint of garlic, diced bell pepper, and a buttery lemon sauce tie it all together in one decadent bite after another. Even the lemon slice underneath isn't just for show. It adds a bright pop of flavor. And don't overlook the salad that comes with it. It's not merely a garnish. It's crisp, vibrant, and just as thoughtfully prepared as the main event. If you love Italian meats and marinated veggies, this one might ruin you, in the best way. Siena's Deli sets the gold standard with imported meats that shine. The marinated red peppers burst with flavor, and the prosciutto is silky and perfectly salty. Add a bit of cheese, let it melt on your tongue, and you'll be grinning. The capicola, spiced just right. And that house-baked flatbread, light, chewy, and made for stacking meats, cheese, and veggies into these little bites of joy. This is a treat for those like me who love to play with their food. Crispy, light, and bursting with flavor. This dish instantly brought me back to family celebrations growing up. We'd gather around the table, all talking over each other, reaching for pieces of fried calamari. This version captures that joy. But what really sets it apart is the sauce. Forget your average marinara. This one's made with a mirepoix, a medley of onions, celery, and carrots, slow simmered with tomatoes into something magical. It's rich, slightly spicy, and absolutely unforgettable. Hands down, one of the best calamari dishes I've had in years. The These little lamb chops might be babies, but they pack a full-grown punch. Grilled to perfection with just the right amount of char, they're juicy, tender, and marinated like someone whispered sweet nothings to them in Italian all night. The savory reduction sauce is very fragrant. I half considered dabbing it behind my ears. Sure, they give you a knife and fork, but forget table manners. These chops could even tempt Emily Post to make a spectacle of herself and then beg for leniency from the High Court of Etiquette. And then there are the mashed potatoes, rich, creamy, garlicky clouds sent straight from carb heaven. These are the end-all of mashed potatoes and add to the unforgettable nature of this dish. Salmon and crab team up in this winning duo of light, crispy on the outside, moist on the inside seafood cakes. These little beauties are golden, delicate, packed with flavor. The house-made remoulade sauce is tangy, zesty, and worthy of applause. And don't ignore the side salad. It's not just decoration. It's fresh, snappy, and honestly, better than most entree salads around town. Outside of my own kitchen, I haven't had cannelloni this good in years, maybe decades. These are stuffed just right, baked to perfection, and swimming in a sauce that tastes like Sunday dinner at home. It's the kind of dish that makes you want to grab a plane ticket to Italy. Then you realize you don't need to when you're here at Siena. Save the airfare, this is the real deal. By far, the best cannelloni in Vegas. Siena was made for this video. It embraces both themes. Great food at great prices. I defy you to find food of this caliber in Vegas for less. Okay, shh. Promise not to tell the owners, but I'd pay double of what they're asking. And be sure to check out their attached bakery, deli, and grocery store. I've yet to be let down there either. We've tried to never let you down with our honest appraisals. But surprisingly, according to YouTube, 60% of you watching right now aren't subscribed.
I'm going to pretend I didn't just hear that.
Subscribing is free, helps us grow, and lets us keep bringing you more of the good, the bad, and the delicious. And hey, YouTube just added a brand new feature called Hype. It's an easy way to show support for videos you love. So if you enjoy what we do, give this video a hype. It really helps us reach more food lovers. And if you'd like to go one step further, you can always buy us a coffee using the link in the description below. Every little bit helps us keep exploring more great Vegas eats. You'd have to travel back in time to find a deal like this next one we're telling you about. We were lucky enough to stumble across this treasure shortly after it opened in 2024. And what a find Yoon Noodle and Dumpling turned out to be. Everything, and I mean everything, is made from scratch. You can even watch the chefs pull long strands of fresh noodles right through the kitchen window, just minutes before they land in your bowl. The food here is phenomenal, priced right, and packed with flavor. There's no other place in town serving authentic northern Chinese cuisine like this. Nothing else compares. Given the quality of the food, everything on the menu's a bargain. But today, we're focusing on one particular dish, which may be the best deal in Vegas at the moment. This massive bowl of comfort could feed an army, or at least a couple of very hungry regulars. At $19.95, it's one of the best values in Vegas. Look around on any given day, and you'll see nearly every table gathered round with one of these giant bowls in front. Gloves on, grabbing chunks of tender beef and dropping them into rich, bone-deep broth and hand-pulled noodles. The noodles are so long, you could practically stretch one across a football field. And it's not just big, it's bold. The broth is deeply savory, the beef incredibly tender, and every bite is seasoned to perfection. Want to level it up? A spoonful of their house-made chili oil or a splash of Chinese vinegar kicks the flavor into overdrive. As I said, you can't really go wrong with anything at Yoon, but this deal is incredible and not to be missed. The next gem on our list of Las Vegas food bargains is Chill Bar and Grill. This cozy underdog off Sahara Boulevard offers one of the best happy hours in town. Definitely the most delicious bang for your buck. They're closed Monday and Tuesday, but otherwise, happy hour runs daily from 1 to 6 and then from 8 to 10. And once you taste the food, you'll wonder how it's possible Chill Bar is still flying under the radar and how insanely good the pricing is given the quality. I first heard about Chill Bar through my food blog, when someone asked the age-old question, who makes the best pizza in Vegas? The responses poured in, and over half the comments pointed directly to Chill Bar. Turns out they were right. The owner and chef is from Italy, and his passion shows in every dish. The pizza is the real deal. Authentic, handmade, and unforgettable. But it doesn't stop there. Every item on the menu, from the pasta to the fresh baked bread, is made from scratch. This place reminds you what real cooking tastes like. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, just honest, soul-satisfying food. Of course, it's a given, the crust is phenomenal. And the sauce, just as incredible. This is simplicity at its best. A pure San Marzano tomato sauce, just as you'd find in the pizzas of Italy, topped with fresh buffalo mozzarella and fragrant basil. This is one of the best pizzas you'll ever taste. Authentic, balanced, and unforgettable. I always love the wings here. These aren't your average freezer bag wings. You can taste the freshness in every bite. They're seasoned well, fried until perfectly crispy, then tossed in a spicy homemade buffalo sauce that really hits. Served with a house-made creamy ranch that's cool, rich, just the right tang to balance the heat. These were just phenomenal. Shrimp, salmon, and calamari come together in this golden seafood trio, each piece wrapped in a delicate, crisp crust that shatters at first bite. It's a gorgeous plate, light, fresh, and full of ocean flavor. The garlic aioli on the side is airy and creamy, with bright citrus cutting through the richness like a ray of sunshine. A beautifully fried bounty that hits all the right notes. This seems like a simple dish, but it offers so much more. Dates wrapped with prosciutto and served with a rich, smooth, and creamy ricotta terrine. It's a perfect little sweet and savory bite of goodness. Okay, this one's not on the happy hour menu, but it's worth every penny. I know a few spots in Vegas charging double for gnocchi that isn't even half as good. These pillowy bites are made from scratch, cranked through a hand press just hours before service, never frozen. You can taste the difference in every single bite. And that sauce, creamy, velvety gorgonzola that clings to each gnocchi as though it was born in it. Rich, buttery, and utterly luxurious. Finally, just the right amount of tomato to add bursts of sweetness and acidity to cut through the richness of the sauce. This is a dish not to be missed at double the happy hour price. If you know me, you know my sweet tooth isn't just serious, it's borderline criminal. And Chill Bar, well, they don't mess around with desserts. Everything is made from scratch, and everything is delicious. But let me make one thing absolutely clear. Do not skip dessert here. You'll regret it. A playful invention from the chef, this is part creme brulee, part creme anglaise, with a twist all its own. A crisp, torched sugar shell shatters like glass with each tap of your spoon, giving way to a silky custard beneath. Rich with heady vanilla and delicate notes of cinnamon, it's smooth, aromatic, and downright addictive. You'll find yourself scraping the bottom for every last drop. At just $7, it's not just dessert, it's a sweet little heist. Their bread pudding is pure brilliance. It starts with their own fresh baked bread, which is already good enough to eat on its own. Then they soak it in a silky house-made creme custard, transforms it into something magical. But they don't stop there. Beneath it all is a dreamy creme anglaise, a rich vanilla-kissed sauce that pulls the whole thing together into a sweet, warm, luscious bite of comfort. Trust me, you'll be scraping the plate. Chill Bar isn't just a great happy hour spot. It's a love letter to real cooking. From handmade doughs and sauces to desserts that can win medals, this place serves comfort, craft, and quality in every bite. It's the kind of food that reminds you why you fell in love with eating in the first place. So go hungry, leave happy, and don't be surprised at how small is the price tag. You'll find yourself planning your next visit before you even paid the check. Next, we're off to Taste of Asia. It's tucked inside the South Coast Plaza Hotel in beautiful Summerlin. It's owned by famed restaurateur Kerry Hung, known for Noodle Asia at the Venetian. Think of this as Noodle Asia's little sister. But this little sister's got it going on. This place is quietly serving some of the best Chinese and Asian-influenced food in Las Vegas. Each chef here cooks the food of their home region, and it shows in every bite. If you could peek through the kitchen, you'll see dim sum being handmade from scratch, from filling to wrapper. They have a collection of lunch special dishes that come with a hearty bowl of either egg drop or hot and sour soup, plus a handmade egg roll. The soup alone is worth the price, slow simmered, deeply comforting, and generously portioned. Then come the pork chops, bone in, perfectly fried, and tossed in a tangy, sweet and sour glaze. Easily the best version I've had. This dish alone explains the restaurant's cult following. Wok-hei? Absolutely. Overly sweet? Never. This is how Mongolian beef should be. Savory, tender, kissed by the flame, and packed with depth. One of the best in the city. Forget those syrupy versions from chain joints. Here, the sweetness is balanced by real citrus zest, a touch of bitterness from orange peel, and just enough sour to brighten it all. It's not too spicy, but if you want heat, try their incredible house-made chili oil. During happy hour, most of their dim sum is just $5 a plate. That's an incredible deal for these handcrafted little packages of joy. I've been to Taste of Asia many times. It's one of those places that pulls you back again and again. I was even lucky enough to meet the chef and get invited into the kitchen to watch them make the dim sum from scratch. Every part of it, from the dough to the filling, is handmade. It's like witnessing edible art come to life. You have to try the crab rangoon here. The crab and cream cheese are delicately balanced. What makes them unique is they add a little kiss of curry. Dip one in their sweet house-made sauce, take a bite, and let the flavors unfold. One bite and I'm 8 years old again at Trader Vic's in LA, tasting them for the first time with my parents. Sometimes called basil chicken, this version is sensational. Dark meat, delicately battered and seasoned to perfection. You get garlic, you get that fragrant basil, and each bite is its own little celebration. If I weren't reviewing half the menu, I could easily down the whole basket and be perfectly happy. Honestly, it reminds me of the fried chicken my mom used to make. It's that good. Even the best places rarely make their own wonton wrappers, but here, it's all handmade and it shows. The wrappers are just chewy enough with that lovely glutinous bounce. The pork filling is bold, garlicky, and rich. Each dumpling is seared to golden perfection with that addictive crunch on the bottom. Paired with a vibrant sauce full of soy, ginger, and garlic, it's dim sum heaven. Do not skip this. I've had so many versions of lotus wrapped sticky rice that are flavorless and forgettable. Not this one. It's loaded with savory pork and braised beef, and you get protein in every single bite. The rice is perfectly seasoned, deeply satisfying, and packed with umami. A beautiful little bundle of joy. Who doesn't love donuts? I've been addicted since childhood. These are like a cross between a croissant and an Italian zeppoli. Light as air with a crisp exterior and no greasiness. They're delicate, flaky, and dangerously addictive. Dip them into sweetened condensed milk and let the sweetness wash over you. I could eat 100. Taste of Asia is a hidden treasure right in Summerlin. The lunch special and happy hour prices are almost too good to be true for scratch-made food this well executed. Whether you're here for the dim sum or a full-on feast, you're going to leave happy and probably planning your next visit before you even hit the parking lot. Every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., Carmela Italian Restaurant offers one of the best deals in Las Vegas, an all-you-can-eat brunch buffet in the new Butler style for just $55. During the week, Carmela is a high-end Italian spot, but on weekends, it transforms into a buffet experience that rivals the city's finest at a fraction of the cost. The pasta is bold, rich, and absolutely delicious, cooked perfectly al dente. The sauce is masterfully balanced with just the right amount of garlic and a subtle hint of spice that lets the flavor of the meat truly shine. It's a comforting, nostalgic dish that hits every note. Solid 10 out of 10. During regular dinner service, this same cavatelli bolognese costs $44. So getting it as part of the brunch is an incredible deal. One plate alone, and you've almost reached the buffet price of admission. They make their cavatelli from scratch here, and it's absolutely wonderful. Tender, toothsome, and unmistakably handmade. Cavatelli always takes me back to my childhood, when my mother and Nonna would dust the counters with flour and transform simple semolina and water into these beautiful little pasta shapes. This is the kind of real, authentic Italian food I grew up with and learned to make myself. It's a heartfelt tribute to old world cooking, and I honestly don't think you'll find a better version anywhere in Las Vegas. How to describe these pancakes? Well, think of the most delicious cannoli filling you've ever tasted. Then picture it crowning the fluffiest pancakes you've ever eaten. These are pure dessert for breakfast decadence. Whatever you do, don't skip these. They're mind-blowingly delicious. The pancakes themselves are golden, airy, and just sturdy enough to hold what can only be described as a dessert lover's dream. A whipped mascarpone topping infused with orange rind. It's sweet but balanced, with those fabulous bitter citrus notes that brighten everything. The flavor is light, creamy, and gently kissed with vanilla. Toasted hazelnuts add just the right crunch, and hidden beneath is a treasure trove of fresh sweet berries. I asked for a little more of that warm bourbon maple syrup, and when I poured it on, I swear I could almost hear angels harmonizing in Italian.
You had me at mascarpone.
This may be the best shrimp I've had in all of Vegas, and that's saying something. I always order shrimp wherever I go, but these are on another level. They're massive, hand-sized, perfectly poached, and incredibly fresh. Normally, this appetizer runs $29 for just 3, but during brunch, of course, they're all you can eat. The same goes for the freshly shucked oysters, which are $8 a piece on the regular menu, but during the brunch, you can have as many as you want. The shrimp arrive chilled over crushed ice, practically glowing. The color is almost iridescent, as though they swam straight from the ocean to my plate. Each one is plump, briny, and bursting with the sweet ocean flavor you only get from truly fresh seafood. This isn't your average cocktail shrimp. It's the kind that makes you rethink every bland, rubbery version you've ever had. A dusting of freshly grated horseradish on top adds that clean, sinus-tingling kick I love. And you get 2 sauces. The same bold, zesty cocktail sauce that paired perfectly with the oysters, and a spicy remoulade that tastes strikingly close to my own house-made version. And trust me, that's not a compliment I hand out often. This is yet another dish not to miss. And as if this buffet isn't enough of a deal, here's yet another bargain of bargains offered during brunch. As with all these butler-style ace buffets, there are several add-on items available. You can score what are normally high-priced items for just pennies on the dollar. In this case, add their $82 14-ounce New York strip to your brunch plate for just $15. It's incredibly tender, cuts like butter, and the flavor is flat-out sensational. Prefer a filet? Well, their $72 filet mignon can be added for just $12. The beef quality is outstanding, juicy, flavorful, and cooked perfectly to order. For just a few dollars more, you can have it with an amazing peppercorn sauce that takes it to another level. This is one of the best fillets you'll find anywhere in Vegas, and at this price, you'd be crazy not to add it to your buffet experience. Carmela's is now offering another in the ever-growing new trend of butler-style all-you-can-eat buffets. Everything is made fresh to order and not sitting under heat lamps. Instead of you coming to the food comes to you. If you were to order all these dishes individually during dinner service, you'd easily rack up a several $100 tab. At brunch, it's a luxury dining experience disguised as a buffet deal. The setting is beautiful, the vibe is upscale yet welcoming, and the staff couldn't be friendlier. Whether you're a local looking for your new weekend go-to, or a visitor craving top-tier Italian food, either way, Carmela's delivers without breaking the bank and is a must-try. So there you have it. Proof that in a city known for excess, you can still eat like royalty without torching your wallet. From handcrafted dim sum, to scratch-made cannelloni, to $82 steaks served at brunch for a fraction of the price, and many more great dishes. These spots are turning back the clock to a time when food was both soulful and affordable. They're not tourist traps or watered-down chains. They're the real deal, each with its own story, its own flavor, and its own loyal following. These restaurants aren't just satisfying your hunger, they're feeding your memories, your cravings, and your love for good cooking done right. And now, as promised, here are the deals we mentioned in the introduction. Siena Italian Trattoria is giving our viewers 10% off, and Chill Bar is offering 15% off exclusively for you. Just mention Let's Eat Vegas sent you. We'll be back to all these fantastic spots soon, and who knows, maybe you'll see us there. And don't forget to tell them Let's Eat Vegas sent you.
After reviewing all the evidence, the court finds the defendant not guilty on the grounds that the food is irresistibly delicious. Case dismissed. And get me a plate of those chops.
This would be a good time to hit the notifications bell so you get a reminder when the next review becomes available. And of course, it's always a good time to like, subscribe, share, comment, or now, hype. It's free to do so, and it helps us to grow and to bring you more reviews. Until we eat again, bon appetit.